Part 3 asks us to open up a GIMP file called Drought.xcf. So let's do that. File open, Drought, and there it is. Now, there's a selection called green mud, which has been saved to the channels of the image. The channel must be made into a selection, then the selection colored on a new layer called green mud, and we need to use the pure bright green, which is 120, 100, 100 in HSV. Set the mode for this layer so that the texture of the mud is visible through the green color. Okay, let's do that bit by bit. First thing I'm going to do is get here, go to my channels dialog. Here is my green mud channel, the selection that's been made. I right click on it and turn the channel into a selection, and you see here that that's been now selected. Alright, what's the next part we've got to do? Then the selection colored on a new layer called green mud. So we need to go back to my layers panel, click here, call it green mud, all transparent, green mud. Good work. Good work. Typing is excellent. I love when I do that. Green mud. Okay, my selection is active. I need to choose my green. It's told me that my HSV is 120, 100, 100. Pure bright green. We could have also done that with our RGBs. 0 red, all green, 0 blue. I do that and I drag my green into there. It's now got the green on there, and what we need to look at again now here, it says set the mode for this layer so that the texture of the mud is visible through the green color. So that means we've got to go to our mud, we make sure green mud is selected, we go to normal, or we go to the mode, which is a drop down list. It's currently set to normal, and color is not the right one. Value is not the right one. No. What are we doing wrong? No, color is the right one. It just looked a bit dodgy. Sorry. Color is the right mode there. Now, you notice though, I selected color, it looked a bit funny, but then I changed to the other ones down here and it looked worse. So it had to be color. That's just a process of elimination. Create a new layer that will be used for the yellow mud. Ooh, okay. New layer. Yellow mud. Let's see if I can hit the keys properly this time. Good. Make a careful selection around the indicated yellow mud. So we just need to notice it's this big crack here. Okay, and then save the selection to a channel. Alright. So we've got a number of different things we can use here. If we use the fuzzy select tool on my drought layer, it's going to be really difficult to select everything there. If I move my threshold up, it's going to select too much. I move it back down. There's got to be a better way to do it than that. There is, you know that. So we go select none. I can either use the lasso tool or I can use my scissors tool, which is my intelligent edge fitting one. I can zoom in a little bit so I can see the edges of this plate of mud here, and I need to select. The more I draw, the more points I click, the better. Go around once, see what you get. is my suggestion. You'll notice though that when I get to the end, I make sure that my cursor changes from a little plus sign to two joined circles. That fills it out. I can add more points if I want. Okay, where it's not a great selection. So if I add another point there, it's made a better selection there now, agreed. If I add a point in here, made slightly better selections. And again, the better the selection you make, the better the image will be. Okay. Click, drag out to there. Drag this guy in a little bit. This mouse is pretty dodgy. Well, that's what I'm telling you anyway. Here we really should probably put a selection in here somewhere. Another one maybe way in there. And it's not getting too bad, you know. It's selecting pretty well in there like that. And again, it's just a matter of taking the time to do it properly and getting a good selection. What we need to do then, it says down the bottom, and every time I move the mouse it disappears. It says press enter to convert to a selection. You press enter and it does that. You can adjust the edges a little bit if you like. Alright. You can look at what the selection looks like in the quick mask view, which puts everything not in the selection in red. You can adjust that by painting in black and white appropriately on the quick mask. Painting in black removes it from the selection. Painting in white adds it to the selection. Swap that over. It's going to look a bit dodgy there right now. But again, how good your selection is will determine how good the image looks in the end. So I can reduce the size of my brush and paint around there using this quick mask. I can swap from black to white because there's bits that look wrong there. They look pink but they should be dark. Yeah, you see what I mean? Here and here. A little bit here that should be in that's currently out. Change back to black. Paint in. So it's a matter of going backwards and forwards between your quick mask if this is the way you want to do it. But a better selection will give you a better result. Once you've finished, go to the select menu again and get out of quick mask mode, and you'll see that the marching ants are going around and around where they should. What do we got to do with that? The selection must be coloured on this new layer using a pure bright yellow, 50% washed out. Well, what does that mean? So if I double click on my colour here, I need yellow. Yellow is green and red. That's pure yellow. 50% washed out. I have to adjust my saturation or my value. If I adjust my value to 50, that's not what I want, is it? So by a process of elimination, if I take this down to 50, that's what I want, washed out by 50. You see what I'm saying? So the thing this asked for, the selection must be coloured using a pure bright yellow. I did that, and 50% washed out. I think in terms of RGBs to get my colours, although we can go 60 here for my yellow, okay, and I've washed it out by removing the saturation down to 50%. Okay, 50 out of 100. Okay, I now move to my yellow mud layer. I drag my yellow mud in there, and I adjust this again to say colour, and my colour comes through. I take it back out. What else do I need to do? Save it and export it appropriately. Okay, so I need to save that. File, save as. I will save it in my own file. Save and export it appropriately. Again, I'm pretty sure we're going to export it. Not pretty sure, I know. As a JPEG, because I've got no transparency data there. Okay, and then close this off to finish section 3.